And we'll get going with Mike Mcintyre from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Mike.
Thanks, Gregor. This one's for you, Dominic. I know we talked to you last week and you shared kind of how your season began with the COVID diagnosis or the recovery from that and the taxi squad. I mean, what's going through your mind to score the game-winning goal in a playoff game after all you've kind of endured this season?
Yeah, I mean, it was an exciting time. Just happy to help the team out, and it was a good team win tonight. But that was only one of four. So we got to be ready to go for the next game.
We'll go next to Paul Friesen from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Paul.
I don't think anyone had you guys as potential heroes for this one. Where does this rank for you, Dominic, and in your career for goals?
Probably one of the biggest for sure. I mean, it was my first goal I've gotten the Stanley Cup playoffs. So luckily enough, it was the game winner. So yeah, it's probably right up there at the top.
Go next to Ken Weeb from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Weaver.
For Logan, what was going through your mind when the buzzer came, and did you think it was in before that time after the initial shot?
I couldn't really see the initial shot. I knew Dom got a stick on it, but the sound it made sounded like a post, and I kind of was in the corner, and the buzzer went, and I thought there was a scrum by our bench. And as I got closer, the guys were celebrating, so I threw my arms up in the air and gave Dom a big hug, and it was a big goal for us.
We'll go next to Murat Atesh from The Athletic. Go ahead, Murat.
Thanks, Gregor. This one is for Logan. Even before the puck went in, and I guess you were surprised by the fact that there was that goal, it looked like Dominic was the one who kept the puck in and won the battle to sort of start that play. Did you get a good vision of all of that, and what did you see on it?
Oh yeah, it was a great shift to start, from our forwards to create that opportunity. And, they were on the puck and on top of it. And, good things happen when you forecheck hard. So, Tomer made a good pass up to me, and I just tried to get it on net, and Dom got a good tip on it.
Go back to Ken Weeb from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Weaver.
Dominic, did you view the playoffs as a potential, carrot after what you went through? Like, were you viewing that as an opportunity to kind of salvage the season, if you will?
Yeah, I mean, obviously getting in on the last two games was huge, and just getting the opportunity there. And I was just hoping to get another opportunity in the playoffs. So I was happy to be out there, and glad we got the win.
We'll go next to Donna Spencer from the Canadian Press. Go ahead, Donna.
Dominic, for those of us who don't really know that your backstory or your experience with COVID, could you just fill me in, I guess, on how that delayed the start of your season?
I had COVID back in November, and then you have to pass some tests to be able to get back on the ice. So we did some tests when I got up here, and they thought they found something that wasn't good. So I had to sit out a bit, and then turns out it wasn't what we initially thought it was. So I was able to get back a lot sooner.
We'll go next to Sean Reynolds from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Sean.
Thanks, Gregor. Dominic, I'm wondering about, you going through all that, the COVID and everything like that, the time on the taxi squad. I've always thought that would be a hard situation, psychologically for players. Here you are, first game, you're contributing like you'd said that you'd wanted to do. You score a goal, your first playoff goal. Was doubt creeping into your mind at one point that you could be a contributor at this level for this team?
No, I mean, I don't think doubt was getting in there. A couple other emotions, but you got to make the most of every situation. So I was just enjoying coming to the rink every day and being with the guys, and just working on my game, and happy to get the opportunity now.
We'll go back to Paul Friesen from the Sun. Go ahead, Paul.
If doubt, Dominic, wasn't one of those emotions, could you say which ones were? And if you don't mind, a follow-up too on your goal. If 3 goals in 3 AHL games and 1 in 1 playoff game now, how do you account for that?
Well, I got to say it was all the practicing, I guess, on the taxi squad. Worked on all those little skills, the tips, just the things you can't really work on in a normal season. So I'll attribute to that.
I'll go to Kelly Moore from 680 CGOB. Go ahead, Kelly.
Hey, this one is for Logan. 68 hits in the game tonight for the Jets, led by you with 8. I don't know whether there were butterflies or not, but you did not look the least bit nervous out there.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of intensity out there, and you know, for me to be at my best and help this team win, I got to be physical and play hard and good defensively. So you know, just part of my game, and you know, when I'm moving my feet, at least you know, that kind of comes naturally. So you know, it was a solid game, and we got to stay physical in game 2.
Just a couple more for the guys. Go back to Paul Friesen from the Sun. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, sorry, Dominic. I just wanted to ask again, if you didn't doubt yourself, what did you kind of go through, if you don't mind sharing some of that?
Well, I mean, obviously everybody wants to play, so I mean, frustration at times, but you got to keep a positive attitude, and you got to be positive around the rink and just upbeat, and you don't want to bring any bad energy around the rink. So I mean, obviously there's a bunch of emotions, but I just tried to keep it as positive and happy as I could.
And final question back to Sean Reynolds from Sportsnet. Coach Sean.
Thanks again, Gregor. Sorry if I don't think you were asked this. What did you see on the goal? Did you know that it was in? How'd that process go for you?
Yeah, I thought it was initially in. I actually rose my stick right away, but then the play kept going. I was like, oh no, now I'm going to look kind of dumb. And then luckily got back to the bench and the guy said it was in. So it was good.